our Beer 101
That's
Ale
right.
Academy coming in hot for your listening pleasures.
Love the Ale Academy.
Yeah, it's a good one. Been having fun. For Ale Academy people, this is a great chance to check out our affiliate partnership program link at the very bottom of our description again. As we said last episode, it gives you a really great opportunity to test out some really good quality beers. You don't have to be worried about picking out crappy ones, and you get to try it at pretty low friction. It gets delivered right to your door. So take the stress and pressure off of going to like those big alcohol stores where there's hundreds of beers to pick from. Let these people do it for you.
Yeah.
Let them do it.
Take the paralyzed by option
Yeah.
out of
It's a great option to learn a little bit and build your confidence up to head on into that brewery. So Liz, how does dry and damp January fit into our 101 for our new beer people? What are you hitting us with today?
Yeah, of course. That's a good question. Really challenges dry or damp January. In my experience, what I read, right, there's actually a lot of articles out there right now, like, is it good for you? Is it not good for you? Are you kind of like when you lose a bunch of weight and then you get off the weight program, and then you pack all the pounds back on. That's also possible in the drinking world.
Doing a big binge drink in February.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, well, that was not the point. But anyway, it really thinks about moderation and mindful drinking, right? And it's meant to like carry that through. It's not just about cutting back. It's about that more health conscious approach to enjoying your favorite beverages.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair. It's a perfect time to explore the world of NAs, as we will be doing this month with you. A lot of breweries that are going to be getting creative with this and offering different opportunities, and honestly kind of getting a potential new brewery or new beer on their lineup that they'll have maybe full time,
which would be really cool.
Super cool.
Really cool. And don't forget about the events, right? Oftentimes you'll see more health and wellness events this month, and then of course those extend throughout the year. Yoga or boot camps at the brewery. Anybody?
Nope.
If you'd leave a comment about it, maybe we would come and join you if you got one in the area. We'd love to come do some yoga or boot camps. So let us know if you come across any one of them.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, sounds like a perfect blend of wellness and beer culture that is exciting to join and talk about.
Right.
For Ale Academy drinkers, let's talk about what styles of drinks to look for, especially at breweries, brew pubs, or tap rooms.
Right. For starters, any beers, they're a huge hit, right? You look on any of the shelves right now, they're getting more and more and more, depending on what store you're at. You can find NA IPAs, like we're having today. There's pilsners, there's lagers, even Guinness has a NA that I really tried to find. I couldn't find it.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
So there's like a gambit of flavors out there that mimic the flavors of their alcoholic counterparts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that makes sense. I also like I think we have like a hop water here locally as well. I think kind of that one.
Yeah. And I think we'll get into that too.
I'm sure. For those doing more of like the damp January, low-ABV beers such as like Sessions, which is going to be anything under 5%. A lot of times they tend to be more like IPAs, but they don't have to be. Mm-hmm. Technically, any beer that's under 5% is considered a session beer. And it's meant so you can have multiple sessions of it. Now, obviously, if you're just jumping on that train, you're probably not lowering your drinking too much for your dampness of the month. But
January.
I love a good session. Any session beer, especially IPAs. But there's going to be... Oh, where's our list? We have a list of our top 15.
Oh, the cocktail beers. I would just put it in the comments so they could check them out.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
There's different ones.
Yeah, so it's a great way to have a cocktail with lower alcohol because you're doing it with beer instead of like liqueur.
Right.
So it's a good way to reduce that.
Exactly. It also kind of like makes it a larger drink too, right? More volume, maybe slows you down a little bit, depending.
And how much you want those bubbles that day.
That's right. Right, yeah. Oh, I love a good bubble, man. But also look for craft sodas out there. Those are a great option. They're flavorful, obviously non-alcoholic, and some breweries are even producing their own. Look for their versions of spruce or root beers out there.
Oh, yeah. I get those root beers. Terrible on your lines, but they're great to drink.
Just have a different line.
Just have a different line. It just stays that forever.
Exactly.
And then, as we brought up, like, hop-infused sparkling waters. Big fan of those. They're kind of like a tea, like a sparkling tea where they just infuse with hops. Generally, I feel like if you're not necessarily on the hoppy side of things, those aren't going to be your best option. Most of them tend to be pretty hop forward.
Hence the name.
Yeah, hence the name. So hit or miss on those. Yeah, if you're into hops, they're a great alternative. And even less sugar, right? Because it's literally just carbonated water with hops.
Yeah, there's a couple other ones I come across too. Hop Water and Lagunitas, again, came out with, they're more seltzer flavors. A little less hoppy, they're like lime, mango, blood orange. Tastes like a seltzer. Yeah. Delicious. I also feel like those are good. I don't know if like anyone out there kind of got into the mid-afternoon beer, especially with COVID, or if you work at a brewery, it's easy to like at 3:00 be like, let's just have like a beer, like a half beer or something. Yeah. Those are great times to substitute in like the NAs or the hop water. Just like it's a really low friction, right? You're still getting those bubbles, you're still getting that kind of taste. Yep. And you're not taking away from your nightlife, or you don't have to worry about the pressure of having like an NA beer or trying to find one. Right. It's like a good afternoon refresher. I love that. Yeah. That's great advice. And another thing you can look for, some breweries also might have like a unique herbal or botanical brews, focusing on the flavor. I think I saw that Denver Beer Co. has quite the option available right now for anybody who's listening in the Denver area. I have to go check that out. I did not see that part. Oh my gosh. You get in there and you're like, wow, there's so many NA options available. It's really cool, actually. Yeah. So, yeah. It's kind of like a new, not necessarily new, but maybe new for you, like a different little segment of craft beverages, which is nice to dabble in. I mean, if you love craft beer for the craft and for the arts and like trying new flavors, it's a great way to stay engaged in enjoying that same aspects. Doesn't have to have alcohol in it. Exactly. It's you. Oh, I just did it. Oh, that was it. Oh my god, it was such a good ad lib. Thank you. Shoot. Just gonna go into the encouragement section. The old smack on the ass good game for all you listeners out there, especially for the Ale Academy specific listeners. Ask your local breweries, your favorite breweries, if they're having any special releases or events this month. Keep an open mind, of course, and try different styles of NA or low ABV beverages. Like I said, there's a gambit of styles and flavors, and it's awesome. It's really cool. And I think you crushed it with the community aspect, right? The craft and community, like it just progresses even further. It's all same, just because they're taking the booze out. Yeah. You're really just enjoying the art of it. Just enjoying the art of it. I know I dabbled in some of like the NA liquors, like whiskeys and whatnot. There's a mezcal one that was actually pretty good. Yeah. None of them are great like sippers. I wouldn't recommend that way, but especially like the mezcal one, I felt like was great in like a mixed drink because it gave you that same kind of smoky flavor. Sure. So those are good options if you want to go down that route as well. So they're not bad. Again, they're not. If you're just like a whiskey on the rocks or whiskey straight, they are not good for that. You're not gonna hit your flavor points. No, there's too much sugar. Yeah. Yeah. And I did find like a rosé, like a bubbly rosé. Yeah, the rosé was pretty good. The red was not. I was like, cool. So I just spent $30 on a bottle of Welch's grape juice. Right. That's oh my god, almost verbatim. I just talked to my mom, and she on the dry January train, and she bought a bottle of red, and she was like, "This is shit. It tastes like I overpaid for a bottle of Welch's grape juice." But and she's a cab drinker, right? So she likes that real strong. How you get close to it. Yeah. How do you replicate that flavor? I know the margins would be. I was actually talking to Kevin about it. I was like, why don't we start up like an NA booze truck and go to the festivals, and it's just grape juice. Oh, grape juice and bubble water. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we should probably look at that. Yeah, we can infuse our own with our own hops. Actually, I was going to talk to you about growing hops this year. Oh, but that's a distraction. Poisonous for dogs. Never mind. We can do it at my house. Just has to be somewhere where the dogs can't get to them.
They don't usually eat them because they're really bitter, but if they do, they are poisonous. So keep that in mind.
All right, I still want to look into that. That was a total distraction, but thank you.
Well, welcome to our days.
It's amazing we even made it here today, people.
Truly, it's we got a bar now.
I know. I don't even know how you guys pulled this off.
I don't either.
There's some pretty impressive time lapse videos out there.
I'll piece those together and put them in for us because it'll be cool.
That'd be cool. At least some still shots of the bar. We got to get the front. The front's
I agree.
Really good.
It'll be part of our new trailer with the little camera.
You could just fly the drone down here.
Oh yeah, what could go wrong? Oh, I told you I watched the Globes and they did like an intro. And they went down, like, the whole red carpet, and it was funny watching people, like, talk, and then they'd be like, oh, God! And everyone was just scrambling away from this drone. It was awful.
Why did they scramble?
Because they'd get out of the way of the drone flying through.
Oh, all right.
And so people would just be like, oh, hey.
I mean, it's a flying object. Should be able to take flight and get out of the way of itself.
You would think. It was very long. They did, like, from the street through everything, and it was just people dodging it. It was hilarious.
All right.
Would recommend watching if you want to laugh at people dodging a drone.
I guess kind of now I do.
Yeah, it was good. Anyways, that is what we got for our 101. Check out some of the NA options. Lots of good things, and keep supporting your local communities and craft breweries.